Thank you, Jeff and choir. I have the Wonder Box today. Woo, Wonder Box. Everyone's excited. So there's something in the Wonder Box. We're going to guess what it is. I'm going to shake it up. What do you think is in here? Oh, I see some hands up. Yes, Robert? A ball? You are so very, 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 very close. Yes. Awen. An Easter egg. That is like so close. It is a holiday decoration of some sort. A ball that is a holiday decoration of some sort. Emily? Oh, you're pulling all the clues together. Yes, my new friend. An ornament. Oh my gosh. Yes, you got it. It is a Christmas ornament. Why is there a Christmas ornament in the Wonder Box today? What are you doing, Wonder Box? You're like 3 months behind. Behind. So, on Christmas, we told a story. I told a story, and we told a story together. We told the story of the birth of Jesus, right? We told it twice. We told it on Christmas Eve, but we told it as a pageant. Some of you, if you were here, were in the pageant. Do you remember that? Some of you were shepherds. Some of you were angels. We had Mary and Joseph. We had he's in this story. Different, we're getting confused. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. We had Caesar. We had the innkeeper. We had the whole crew. We had the wise ones. Yes, we had the whole crew. And we told the story of Jesus' birth. And what we did was, because we're Unitarian Universalists, we tried to frame this story in a way that we could all kind of connect with, right? And so we had paper bags with some things in them. Do you remember that if you were here? We had cotton balls. And we talked about how those cotton balls reminded us to share, to be soft and kind and share kindness with others, the way the shepherds were soft and kind and shared kindness. We had heart stickers. Some of you still wear your heart stickers on your name tags to remind us to share love, the way the innkeeper shared love with Mary and Joseph. We had star stickers to remind us to share our treasures, the way the wise ones followed the star and shared their treasures with the baby Jesus, right? So at Christmas, we told the story of the beginning of Jesus' life. And now it is Easter, and this is when we tell the story about the end of Jesus' life. So Jesus was born in a manger. We told that part. Then Jesus grew up, and Jesus was a teacher. He taught about love. He taught about God. And one of the things that was really important to Jesus was talking about power and the way that people used their power. Jesus questioned authority. He questioned the way that the authorities were using their power. It was really important for Jesus that people who were poor, people who were hungry, people who were sick were getting the things that they needed. He cared about the people in need. And crowds would come to listen to him speak. Crowds would come to hear him tell stories. So these people in power, the people who he was questioning, started to get concerned. They didn't like that Jesus was talking about this imbalance of power. They didn't like that Jesus was encouraging people to question this power. They didn't like that Jesus was encouraging people to care for the sick and the needy over the needs of the people who had more. So the people in power went to Pontius Pilate. I mentioned him earlier. The people in power went to Pontius Pilate. He was the governor. And they said, we want you to get rid of Jesus. We want you to arrest him. They made up some crime that he hadn't committed. They just made up a story. And they said, we want you to arrest Jesus. And they had a lot of power. And so Pontius Pilate said, okay, I will do it. So he arrested Jesus. And then those people in power said, okay, now that he's been arrested, we want you to kill him. And Pontius Pilate said, okay, I guess I'll do that too. And Jesus was put to death. Now, a good man named Joseph, not the same Joseph in the Christmas story. There's a lot of people with the same names in these stories. So Joseph was the father of Jesus, but this is a different Joseph. A good man named Joseph had a tomb, and he laid Jesus' body in the tomb and put a big rock in front of it. And then a couple days later, some women, including a woman named Mary Magdalene, came to the tomb. Mary Magdalene is not the same Mary as in the Christmas story. Again, lots of same names. Mary Magdalene and some other women came to the tomb. And they were coming with some oils. They were going to do some special rituals, say some special prayers. It was part of the grieving process of the time. They came to the tomb, and when they got to the tomb, the stone that had been over the tomb, it wasn't there anymore. It had been rolled to the side, and the tomb was empty. Jesus' body was not there. It was a big mystery. But then an angel appeared, just like in the Christmas story. An angel appeared, and the angel said to Mary, Jesus is not here. Jesus has risen from the dead. He is alive again. Go and tell everyone. That is how the story is told in the Bible. Now, there is an additional legend that is told in some Christian traditions, in the Roman Orthodox tradition, about Mary Magdalene, this woman who found Jesus, who saw the angel at the tomb. So in the Roman Orthodox tradition, Mary Magdalene, after she goes and tells people that Jesus has risen from the dead, she is so angry at Pontius Pilate, just so angry that he has allowed Jesus to be put to death, that he has listened to these powerful people and allowed Jesus to be put to death, that she goes to Rome, where Pontius Pilate's boss lives. So Pontius Pilate was the governor, right? His boss is the Emperor Caesar. Not the same Caesar as the one in the Christmas story, okay? That was Caesar Augustus. This is Tiberius Caesar, a different guy. She goes to Rome, to Caesar, and she complains about Pontius Pilate. She says, this is not fair. Caesar is at lunch, and he is eating a hard-boiled egg. I know, Easter eggs, right? So this is one of the legends about how Easter eggs started. So he's eating a hard-boiled egg, and she says, this is so unfair. I cannot believe that you let this happen, that this miscarriage of justice, that you allowed him to put Jesus to death. He didn't do anything wrong. But she says, it's okay, because Jesus has risen from the dead. He is alive again. And Caesar says, that's impossible. If Jesus has risen from the dead, then this egg has turned red. And Caesar looked in his hand, and the egg had turned red. Now, I know. I don't know if an egg can actually turn red. But what I do know is that the thing I like about this story is that even after the historical Jesus died, his followers and friends continued to work for justice. They continued these lessons that Jesus taught them, to care for the sick and the poor and to do the work that he had started. And on Easter Sunday, on Transgender Day of Visibility, these ancient stories remind us that like Jesus, like Mary Magdalene, we can care for others. We can be brave. We can speak truth to power, just like they did. Thank you for listening to my story today.